In tonight's video, we're going to take you to a spot in Colorado that's right outside a national park that has partial hookups, and you can stay there for $7 a night.
Or less. I'm going to tell you how. But this is one of our favorite campgrounds we've been to in one of the best areas. And being that close to the national park, it is a hidden gem that I don't think most people even know about. We're talking beautiful views and better than any private campground you're going to find in the area. That's for sure.
So this is not some kind of membership. This is not some kind of hidden fee thing. This
Not Harvest Host, none of that.
So we're going to go ahead and take you there right now and tell you all about it.
Yep, let's go.
If you haven't been following along, we've been in Colorado, outside of Buena Vista, Colorado. Beautiful spot. We were boondocking for a month.
Yeah.
And during that time, we actually discovered we had a problem with our solar. And so we were spending a lot of money running our generator, buying gas, and we felt like we needed to go to a place that had at least some kind of electrical hookups, but we didn't want to go to a high-priced RV park.
Yeah, I started looking everywhere, and honestly, we just hadn't budgeted a campground fee into what we were doing. We were supposed to be boondocking. So I started getting really creative, and through a couple of other channels and a friend, I found out about a campground just down south near the Great Sand Dunes National Park. They don't take reservations. That's the only thing. You're going to have to go and see if they had openings. And that's always a little hard for us being a big rig. We don't ever, I'd rather know I have a reservation. But in this case, we knew enough about it and I had watched other videos on it, and we went ahead and took that chance. And it is for what we got it for was $7. And it is the San Luis Lakes Wildlife Refuge area.
Okay, so these wildlife refuge areas, we learned all about this. We didn't know what in the heck was going on. So the idea is there's several spaces around Colorado that they have as these wildlife spaces. Now, you can either buy a temporary license, I guess, or a temporary fee.
It's like a pass.
Like a pass. Or if you have a hunting or a fishing license, that also qualifies you.
Yeah.
Now, the thing is that both people, or I guess all people in your rig, have to have this wildlife pass. But the good thing is about it is it's dirt cheap.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'll read it to you because I had to look it up. So we stayed there 12 nights. The pass that we had to buy was $44.83 each. So $89 basically for the two of us for that 12 days, which comes to about $747 a night. Now, if we stay the full 14 days that you're allowed, that would be like $6.40 a night. So you can see how it's totally worth it. But if you're only going to stay a night or two, it's $10 a night. I mean, crazy. Come on. And they're 30 and 50 amp.
Yeah, 50 amp hookups.
Yeah.
That was amazing. Now, we didn't need to run our air conditioners, although we certainly could have all day long if we would have had the power to do it. Now, they do not have water.
Yeah.
They don't have any water at all. What this actually is it's an abandoned
state park.
I know that sounds really weird, and it is really weird, but basically back in 2017, apparently they lost their state park designation. Yeah. And so what they did is, instead of just closing the place down completely and just turning the lights off, I guess they gave it to this wildlife department or something, and they're making use of it. So there is hunting nearby. I didn't hear any guns being shot. I don't know if it just wasn't hunting season. I'm not a hunter. I wouldn't know. And we did go fishing actually, but we drove about an hour away to go fishing. There is a lake there. There is a San Luis Lake there. It's dry. Yeah. Now, I don't know if sometime during the year, if it actually fills up, not sure. But it does look a little weird. But so when you come in, it hasn't been maintained. So definitely the roads are bumpy. Yeah.
A little washboardy when you come in, but they're no big dips and holes. You just need to take it slow. And we'll also show you some footage of the entrance. You can tell this is an old place because when RVs were smaller, but our big rig totally fit. So one of the things that you're going to want to do is go around the entrance. It's this big brick kind of
We could have
archy.
fit under it, but it would have been tight.
Yeah,
So we just went
we
around
just
the
went
other
around
side.
it. So that I'll show you that, but it's not very far down that dirt road to get to the campground. And within the campground, it's paved, but it's narrow for a rig our size. You know, it was fine, but it's narrow. I just want to let you know that. But there are 3 loops. And let me just tell you, once you get settled in, most of the spots, there's some back ends, but there's a ton of pull throughs. A pull through that our 44-foot toy hauler could
Plus the
totally,
truck parked in the front,
totally
20-foot
fit.
long truck.
Yeah. And if you park on the outside of the circles, there's several, I would say loop A and loop B, you're going to have amazing views of the desert and the sand dunes and the mountains behind them. And it really was stunning. Like I remember just sitting there at work going, oh, this is just gorgeous. It's a desert. And of course, you know, you want to go there when it's cooler. We went there, it's October, mid-October. So it's totally pleasant. In fact, some of the nights got darn cold.
Yeah. We woke up some mornings and it was 35.
Mm-hmm.
But it was crazy because you would get up, it'd be 35 degrees, and then by afternoon you were changing into shorts.
Yeah.
It's just the weather as it is. I didn't really know there were desert regions in Colorado. They're actually referred to as the high desert. This is around 7,500 feet. So it's still pretty high elevation. Now, we haven't talked about the national park.
Yeah. Well, it's 30 minutes to Great Sand Dunes National Park, which is great. It's 30 minutes to the town of Alamosa. They have everything you'll possibly need there. I mean, no big stores, but grocery, restaurants, just all hardware stores, everything you'll need in that sense. It is a long jaunt on some really sparse roads, but 30 minutes to get what you need is not far at all.
That's about like what we normally try to go for. Is like, as long as we're 30 minutes to civilization,
we're good.
We're great.
Yeah. One of the things also is that there is a dump station at the front of the park, and there's also trash receptacles. So all you're managing basically is your water. You need to come in with full tanks and you'll be good on that. Barry did find water and
yeah. So if you use the iOverlander app, which we highly recommend, it's free, you can look up the water sources there. I used Maverick. There's a Maverick station in town, and look at the red pumps. You'll see the red pumps. They're right there by the fuel. They're not even marked, but that's water. It's fresh water. It's potable water. Now, one thing that I happened to notice after we went to the national park is, and we have a national park pass, which we can get in for free, which was a lot closer to our campground, is that you can actually go there and get fresh water.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that until it was too late.
So you have choices. So another thing we loved about this campground, it was so quiet.
Eerily quiet. Like we had just come from boondocking outside of Buena Vista, which is just it's a stereotypical mountain area with all the trees and everything. But when you get out there, it's the high desert, and there's something about it where there's just apparently since there's no rustling of leaves and stuff on trees, it's even more quiet. Yeah. And it's just crazy.
I think one night we heard the coyotes howling, and that literally it's just quiet the rest of the time. And that's one of the things I loved about this campground is everyone seemed really quiet. Now, it was not full when we were there, so it's not a packed campground, but even if it were, the sites are spaced out so nicely that honestly, it is better than any regular campground or resort or whatever in the area. And we actually stayed one night at a KOA locally, and that was fine, but this doesn't even compare, and it's like $7 versus $60. So
yeah, and plus it's one of those what do they call the areas where they don't have the lights so you can see the stars?
Oh, it's a dark sky area, so there's no light, and so at nighttime the stars are just stunning. If you have one of those really good cameras, you could probably get some amazing shots with that. Sure. One thing we did do when we went to Alamosa was we found a pretty darn good Mexican restaurant that we want to take you to.
That was pretty cool. I've never had a Mexican buffet. It's my first time. So far, I'm starting with the light stuff. So far, so good.
So listen, this is hot. How'd you like yours?
Ooh, can you tell by the tears running down my face? Oh, my. Happy birthday to you!
Okay, so what's your review of the buffet?
I like the cold stuff. The salads were really good. It was really interesting. The desserts were actually really good. I just got anything where I didn't know what it was, and I tried it. A lot of stuff made with sweet potatoes, pumpkin, rice pudding, which is always jam, papaya. Did I say that? I think this is maybe dragon fruit. It's interesting stuff. Stuff that was on the soup, stuff was actually good. It's really salty. But of course, the meat that had been stewed in there all day was totally tender. The stuff on the hot bar, not so much.
No.
You know.
So you wouldn't do it again?
I don't know. It's a tough call because I enjoyed a lot of the stuff that I really liked. And I'd like to go get more. Well, how was it?
Mine was good. I had the carnitas tacos on corn. The carnitas were great. The rice and beans.
What'd you have there in that empty cup?
I may or may not have had a couple of margaritas, which
From
made
what
my food really good. No, it was all very good. We had the regular margaritas. Regular margaritas were okay. The coconut was good, but it was super rich. But, I mean, overall, we've eaten a lot of Mexican restaurants out. I felt like this was way more authentic than a lot of them we've been to, so I'll give it a thumbs up for that. Hey guys, I had to run into town, run some errands, and had to be away from the rig for a while, and Barry's not at the rig either. So I thought I'd show you something really cool that we just got for Hugo. And it's a way that we can check on him and keep him happy at the same time. And I think you'll love it. If you're a pet lover and you RV with pets, this is a game changer. So Waggle has a new camera. You guys might have known before, we're huge fans of the Waggle pet temperature monitor. And we also had the mini camera, which allowed us to see him when we weren't there. Really cool technology. Loved it. But this new Pro camera is a treat launcher. Yeah, you heard me right. You can toss a treat to your pup from, miles away and check on them and hear them and see them. And I wanted to test it out, and I wanted to show you at the same time because I just think this is awesome for RVing pet owners. So I'm just going to bring it up on my phone and show you how this works. The Waggle app is super simple to use. While I pull up the app, because I do have the pet temperature monitor, I'll check the temperature. So when I'm going to pull it up, and it's going to welcome me back because I check on them all the time. It's going to tell me what the temperature is in the rig, which it says 80, but it's actually really breezy here. So it's really not like hot 80. It's a very cool 80. So I know based on the temperature of what's been happening lately where we are, that's a totally safe temperature. So I'm going to pull up the Waggle treat launcher camera and kind of show you how easy this is. I'm, miles away in town. And all I have to do is click a button and it's going to connect. I'm going to pull it full screen. So it is going to show me, and I'll overlay it if this doesn't come through. It's going to show me, the view inside. Now, it has AI technology so that it's going to follow Hugo around. So it's automatically going to track him by sound, by sight. And it just so happens that he is in the bedroom right now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to launch a treat at him, and it's going to make a sound that he knows. And most likely what we're going to do is see him run into the room. So we'll see if it works. Oh, and he appears. So as you can see, he was actually on the patio. But yeah, so what it's going to do is going to make a little sound, and then it's going to launch his treat. Let's do it again. He's a little skeptical of it, but he loves that he gets a treat. So he is all about it. But I just think this is such a cool thing. If you have an animal who's anxious while you're gone, this is a really cool way to communicate to him. So we can actually turn on the voice. We can hear him. We can talk to him. Hugo. And he's probably going to be like, what the heck, Mom? Where are you at? There he is. He's going to come run back down. Hey, buddy, you want a treat? So you can take a picture of him. You can take video of him. And it is just an awesome way for pet owners to have peace of mind when they're away from the rig and they're away from their animal, to just check on them, see them, hear them. And like, even if you're gone for quite a while, like a whole day, you know that you can check in, talk, see, and give them a treat anytime you want. So I just think this is the coolest thing, and I wanted to share it with you guys. So this Waggle camera has real-time streaming. The video, as you can see, is totally clear. 360 views, and it has like a suction cup holder so that it stays in place, even because the first time Hugo bonked it with his nose and it stayed in place, which is awesome. It works with iOS and Android. Built-in AI, like I said, and two-way audio, and that treat tosser. It is so cool. But the coolest thing is you can get it for dirt cheap right now. They are launching a sale with this for us. So if you use our link and the code Hugo, you're going to save big bucks. You're going to save $60 off of this camera, which means you'll get it for like $89. And that is with our link and the code Hugo. And if you wanted to add the pet temperature monitor, if you don't have that yet, it's also on sale, and you get our special discount on top of it too. So if you've been looking to get the pet temperature monitor, or if you just love this treat tosser idea, this is the best time to do it. And we are big fans of Waggle. They have great customer service, great products. And I just wanted you to know about this new technology with the treat tosser because it's super cool. Just 30 minutes from our campground lies one of America's most unique landscapes, the Great Sand Dunes National Park in Colorado. Imagine towering sand dunes nestled against snow-capped mountains with vibrant fall colors painting the landscape. That's exactly what we experienced on our mid-October visit, and it was truly breathtaking. By the way, we are combining our personal snapshots with some stock footage to show you the true beauty of this place, because filming in national parks requires a permit, which we did not have for this visit. The drive to the park is absolutely scenic. It's as if nature decided to show off all its best features in one place. We used our America the Beautiful National Parks Pass to enter. For just $80, you can get access to national parks for a whole year with this pass, which is totally worth it if you plan on visiting a few parks. When we arrived, the weather threw us a real curveball. It was cold and windy, and not exactly what you expect for sand dunes. But that's part of what makes this place so special. The park sits at the base of the Sangre de Cristo Mountains, creating a unique ecosystem where alpine and desert environments collide. Speaking of unique, Great Sand Dunes is home to the tallest dunes in North America. The star of the show is the Star Dune, which towers a whopping 750 feet high. Needless to say, we did not climb that one. Now let's talk logistics. While we didn't bring our RV with us on this visit, it's worth noting that the park does have RV and trailer parking. However, if you're driving a big rig like us, you might find it challenging to fit in one space while you're hitched. If you're looking to camp, there's a campground inside the park, but it's best suited for compact setups, maybe even tents. And here's a handy tip. The park has water fill and a dump station that's free with your Parks Pass. This is especially useful if you're boondocking nearby or staying at the San Luis Mosca campground like we did, because there's no water available there. So you could use your parks pass, go over and grab your water. Pretty cool. The Visitor Center is a must-see. It's not just informative, it's interactive, and you can learn about the park's unique geology, wildlife, and even the night sky. Because the Great Sand Dunes is an international dark sky park, perfect for stargazing. One of the coolest things about this park is how it changes with the seasons. In late spring, the Badano Creek creates a temporary beach at the base of the dunes, and in the winter, it's a stunning winter wonderland. Year-round, you can rent boards at a store just outside the park and sled down the sand. We had to take a pass on that one as my neck is still healing, and Barry wasn't real keen on getting sand in every crevice. From the towering dunes above to the hidden aquifers below, Great Sand Dunes National Park is full of wonders. Whether you're here to hike the dunes, stargaze, or just soak up the views, this park is sure to leave you in awe. It's truly a place where mountains, forests, and desert collide to create a landscape like no other.
I think that I'm going to hiding somewhere by a gated star. Baby, they ain't never gonna find me. I'm a renegade. I could be the one who saved you from this hard place. We could be as one and we'll escape. We could run away, we don't gotta stay. I can feel it, it burns inside me. Take away the pain, we can go insane. I can feel it, it burns inside me. We could run away, we don't gotta stay. I can feel it, it burns inside me. Take away the pain, we can go insane. Trust me, I won't let you down.
So we're here at Mountain Home Reservoir. It's supposedly there's a lot of fish in that. They do stock this lake. So you can see way over there across the lake. I don't know how they got there, but there's an RV way over there. So, but it did say that you can camp here for up to 14 days. So as part of the, we bought this wildlife pass thing. That's the same pass that we use to be able to stay at the campground that we're at, which it took us about 45 minutes to get here. So we're 45 minutes away. So with that same pass, you can actually stay here if you want to, or even if you have a fishing license or a hunting license, you can also stay here. It's kind of a cool thing that they have. Yeah, so we're excited. I'm bringing the boat out today. I actually had a repair I had to do to the boat. Took me quite a while to get it fixed, but I'm stoked to get it going. So my lovely wife is here making a cameo on the boat, which is something pretty rare. So I took the bike rack and just strapped it really super tight, just because I've actually had our new water bladder in the back, so I didn't really have the space. But so the bike rack, it's good to get more use out of that bike rack, because I always talk about how much money we paid for this thing and we don't use it as much as we probably should. So I stand the boat motor up mainly because in theory you can lay it on its side, and we just had issues with the oil leaking, so I thought that's just kind of ridiculous. So I just have this stand and I just put it up there and just strap it down really securely and travel like that.
We could have the world to ourselves, going to a place that's far, staring at the stars for hours, 'cause you're a renegade. I could be the one who saved you from this hard place. We could be as one and we'll escape. We could run away.
So what's for lunch?
I made chicken salad. So I just used the canned chicken. That's what we had. We haven't been to the grocery this week, so I was using up everything we had left. So celery, I have some fresh parsley, cilantro, we have dried cranberries, mayo, mustard, chopped up pickles, what else is in here? Almonds, salt, pepper.
That's a little more impressive than my
Yeah.
ham and cheese with mayo.
Yeah. So I'm making sandwiches with that, and then normally when Barry here, I watch him pack his own lunch when he goes fishing. It's like a bar, a yogurt,
Anything that's
an
portable
apple.
and easy to take.
Like it's not real food. It's just like a bunch of snacks. Sometimes a sandwich. But yeah, so I guess he's getting an upgrade just because I decided to come.
No, you got to pay your way. That's
Oh,
actually
that's
what
this is
was
why I'm
about.
here.
Yeah, that's right.
There you go. Fishing lunch of champions right there. Gluten-free bun, keto bread, veggie straws, and chicken salad.
I can feel it, it burns inside me. Take away the pain, we can go insane. I can feel it, it burns inside me. We could run away, we don't gotta stay. I can feel it, it burns inside me. Take away the pain, we can go insane. Trust me, I won't let you down. I won't let you down.
I don't know about you, but growing up fishing in Indiana, it makes you realize how much you're missing out on.
It's a little different.
Yeah, having mountains all around you while you fish.
It's pretty nice.
It's pretty awesome.
Never get to open 'cause it's too late. I could be the one who saves you from this place. Baby, they ain't never gonna find me.
Net's still empty. Well, at least it was a pretty day. Got a little chilly there at the end.
Yes. Man, I think those people are catching anything.
See what they're using for bait. We saw one fish flop the entire time. Oh. So we hope you enjoyed coming with us along to the sand dunes and what now is probably one of our favorite campgrounds for $7. And we hope you visit it too and take advantage of everything in the area.
All right.
We'll see you next time. Bye.